Okay, today is May 27th, 2016, and right now at 11:40 p.m. in the foothills of Los Angeles, we have a temperature of 57 degrees. The relative humidity is 86%. The dew point is 53 degrees, and the barometer has dropped to 29.92 inches. All right, so we're watching the water vapor loop here on the Northeast Pacific map, and we can see that we have a couple of low pressures spinning right here, and a third one over here. These are sort of wrapping around in a pinwheel pattern, and we have an area of high pressure that's been built in right here, and that is going to prevent this next moisture field from feeding this low pressure here, and also this one right here. If we take a look at this in the infrared loop, we can see what's happening here. There's a sort of a buffer zone here that's been built in purposely to separate all of this from the next moisture field right here. All right, and today in Los Angeles we had partly cloudy skies, mostly clear sunny weather, but we did have a few clouds in the skies. I didn't see any chemtrails today, nor yesterday. It's been a few days now since I've seen any chemtrail activity, but there is some activity going on offshore here. We can see the chemtrails actually right here in this map right there. Also, all through here, we can see those trails being laid out in the geostationary, the SSEC water vapor map. We'll take a look at that. Also, there are thunderstorms down here in the eastern East Pacific that are being blown apart. We'll take a look at that. And there is a tropical depression just off the east coast of Florida, which is marked on the National Hurricane Center map. And we've been watching, everyone that's watching these videos that I put out, we watch these thunderstorms down in the eastern East Pacific they're blown apart systematically every day, all day long. In fact, we can see a blast pattern right here. This happened many hours ago, but this is the tail end of that event right there. And all through here we can see that blast pattern. But they are taking care of these. They are preventing these thunderstorms from developing into tropical depressions and then into tropical storms and hurricanes. But on the East Coast, there is a depression developing. We'll take a look at that. Let's get through these maps. We can see that we have a pinwheel of low pressure systems here spinning, and California is fairly cleared out. There's not much rain. There is a forecast for possible thunderstorms in Southern California tomorrow, Saturday, and there is a trough indicated on the surface analysis map right in southern central California. We'll take a look at that. Now here's the eastern East Pacific. I'm gonna show the all the thunderstorm activity here. This is all being hit with microwave. Let's take a look. We can also see the blast pattern right through here and down along here. There's a lot of evidence here, plus the color change. If you look at this in the infrared loop, we can see a lot of severe thunderstorms going on right there. Now, if we take a look at the visible light mode, we can see the photoshopping taking place right here and there and there. Let's just stop this and scroll through it. See all through here that's been photoshopped. So they're hiding their work in this view. See that? See these thunderstorms bubbling up right here, all through there. Okay, so they're hiding their work. We can't get a whole lot of, we don't see a whole lot of detail in this particular sequence, but they are photoshopping, which means that there is some activity going on out there. All right, next we have the Pacific Surface Analysis Map, and we can see a huge area of high pressure that's been rebuilt right off the west coast of the United States and Canada. 1,030 millibar right here. And we see that trough right here. Some unstable air. We have another trough indicated right here. And right through the middle of that, we have 1,008 millibar isobar running right through this area, through the center of the state. And then we have 1,012 millibar line right here. So I kind of doubt we're going to see any rain out of this personally, but I hope I'm wrong. We have a couple of lows here. We have 1, 2, 3. These are, this one here is moving to the northeast. But we have a lot of high pressure here. This is building in, and that will bring us some hot temperatures starting next week. They're talking about 88 degrees by next Friday. We'll see how that works out. They're preparing us for summer. It's summertime weather now. All right, next, let's look at the north. This is the Northwest Atlantic view, water vapor map, and we can see some severe thunderstorms right here moving through Texas and out into the Gulf of Mexico right here. And there was a foot of rain in cities just north of, I think it was Houston. They were reporting north of Houston, there was areas that were getting a foot of rain, 12 inches of rain in one day from what's happening right here. We have, there's some activity going on right here. They've got a transmitter working in this area right here. And I've got a video with no audio. I might post that after I get this video up, showing some amazing stuff. They were blowing this thing apart, and it kept rebuilding, and they kept hitting it all day long. But this is generating some wild weather all through here. You can see this is trying to spin counterclockwise right here, right over Kansas, I believe that is. Now also, this is a tropical depression right here. And there is a huge area around this. They've got a transmitter on top of this area right here. We can see that outline here in the water vapor map, and that is preventing this area of weather from merging down here. Actually, this area is trying to spin counterclockwise right here, and then also right down here, same thing. This is trying to spin counterclockwise, and then down right there, this is trying to spin. So these people that are running these transmitters really have their hands full. Plus, we have a flow moving in from the eastern East Pacific. We were just watching that. That's blowing in over Mexico and then out over this warm body of water right here, which has mid to upper 80-degree waters right all through there. So there's a lot going on here, and I'm just wondering how many transmitters these people have available to deal with everything that's happening here. We have, looks like 3 separate areas trying to spin counterclockwise. And according to the, let's go take a look at the, here's the infrared loop. This doesn't look too organized, but they call this a broad area of low pressure right down in this area, conducive to further development. So we'll keep an eye on that. Here's the National Hurricane Center map for the Atlantic, and we can see that this is Tropical Depression 2 for the Atlantic. Sustained winds of 35 miles per hour, core pressure of 1,009 millibar, and west-northwest movement at 12 miles per hour. So we will definitely keep an eye on that and see what they do with that system. There's actually 3 areas of low pressure that are starting to spin, and it will be interesting to see what they allow, because these videos I've been posting the last couple 2-3 days, there's been a lot of preventive maintenance out on the eastern East Pacific. They've been systematically targeting anything that remotely begins to develop into a disturbance or a depression. So they're hitting them real hard out in the these areas, like right here. We're back at the East Pacific again. We can see that these are all being hit, but they are not so far are not tending to this. But we'll keep an eye on that. This is a lot of area here, so they're going to have to get 3 separate areas looking like they want to spin. Okay, so that's pretty much the summary. We can take a look here at the, this is the IntelliCast Doppler radar map. And see there's been a lot of severe weather down here right next to Houston. And pan around also up in Nebraska, Kansas, all up in here, Iowa, I believe that is. All right, let's look next at the geostationary water vapor map, and we can see all the chemtrail activity pretty well here, all through this area. You see the lines right here. There's a lot of streaks right through there. These jets are out spraying. That's clear to see all through here. And there is some activity right in here, which is approaching the Southern California area. Now, some of that haze is hard to detect. The sky today was not a deep blue, but there were no visible chemtrail streaks. That doesn't mean that they're not spraying offshore. So keep an eye on all that. All right, so that's pretty much the summary. And we will do another update tomorrow.